Hey boxing fans, welcome to another edition of Boxing for Real. I'm your host, Don Omega. I am Truth. With me as always. We're doing news right now. Let's start with the most shocking news story to me, if it turns out to be true. Antonio Margarito has apparently rented or found some balls and signed to fight Paul Williams. I cannot believe it.
Maybe
I'm in total shock.
Maybe Mayorga sent them to him like he wanted to do for Spinks or De La Hoya or whoever he said it
Possibly.
for.
I don't know where he got them. I mean, yeah, he had some balls in his mouth, perhaps.
Yeah. Found them, pulled them out.
Pulled them out and said, "Oh, these have other uses." Yeah. And anyhow, I'm shocked that he did it.
Absolutely.
Now it could be this could be Bob Arum trickery though, because Bob Arum is now claiming he's threatening to sue Margarito and all this crap. I could easily see this as a great excuse for Margarito to say, you know what, if I'm not going to chance having a lawsuit against me, so
I will just give up the belt.
Yeah. It'd be a very sneaky tactic that I wouldn't put past someone like Arum to come up with, and to make his fighter look like he's not ducking people. I hope that's not the case. I hope Margarito really does want to fight Paul Williams. And if he does, I'll give him credit for that at least, to actually stepping up to the plate and doing what he should do, doing the right thing.
Took him long enough.
Absolutely. Williams definitely deserves the shot.
Yeah.
He deserved the shot back in December.
Absolutely.
But anyhow, as long as the fight goes through, I'll give him props for that. And then he'll get knocked out anyhow in a few rounds by Williams. But
somewhere in the middle rounds, I would say. So
maybe.
Easy fight for Williams.
Definitely.
If that doesn't happen, it looks like Margarito Cotto will be on for June. So
yeah, and they say they might push the fight back to like October.
Yeah, well, that's if Margarito fights Williams.
Yeah, exactly. If it's the Margarito Williams fight.
Yeah.
I don't see why they'd have to push it back that far myself.
Depends on when it would happen.
And I guess what Cotto would end up doing as a result.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's still going to fight in June.
He's going to fight June 9th, obviously.
He's definitely going to fight on that day.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican Day.
Day before it. Yeah.
And by the way, big shocker here, Cotto was named the Puerto Rican Fighter of the Year.
Yeah. 3 years in a row now.
Yeah, big shock there. I mean, who else?
Ivan Calderon,
Collazo. Those would have been the other two in the running. And Carlos Quintana, I guess.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, well, I mean, Collazo lost more fights, technically.
Well.
Technically. But anyhow, that's that. Big shock there, but just moving on now, we got Mike Tyson going into rehab. What he needs to do, he's checked himself into rehab in Los Angeles. Is he serious about it, or is this an attempt to... His lawyers might have told him it'd be a good idea if you check into rehab. Hopefully that's not it, that he's just doing it for that reason. Hopefully he's actually going for help. And not that it really matters, but Lindsay Lohan's also currently checked in there, so... If it's good enough for her, maybe it's good enough for Mike Tyson. I guess they're both crackheads, and
hopefully he gets clean and everything's alright.
Gets off that, then he can be in Herbie Fully Loaded too. No,
not really. Well,
hey, if it pays.
It brings him money.
It pays. Anyhow, O'Neal Bell was. And just strange news, O'Neal Bell has been arrested for hunting his sparring partner. He tried to bury the hatchet in his sparring partner, and literally tried to chop him off with a hatchet, supposedly, allegedly. He was
arrested, and he got released on bail, already out.
Yeah, so. He was training for the Mormont fight, and... I don't know how credible the story is or anything.
Doesn't sound
The sparring partner was 37 years old, and supposedly O'Neal Bell was chasing him and somehow didn't catch him. So I don't know what to make of that. We'll have to just
Also
see.
claims that he was throwing rocks at him. So
Yeah, throwing rocks and chasing him down with a hatchet. He's alive, so
yeah.
I don't know. It's right now. It looks like it's his word against Bell. They claim they had evidence. What did they find? A hatchet? Big deal.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Doesn't look like it'll affect the Mormac rematch coming up.
Yep,
Hopefully it won't. So
the only way I'd want it to affect it is if it got it moved and shown here.
yeah, absolutely, I'd take it then.
Yep. And then Bell can bring his hatchet to the ring and
whatever.
Anyhow. Also, just moving on now. Chad Dawson, after beating Tomas Adamek, he's called out Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins, Antonio Tarver, Clinton Woods, and all title holders. He's really wanting to fight everyone. He's serious about fighting the best people in the light heavyweight division. More power to him for that. And Roy Jones has said he's interested in fighting Clinton Woods also for some reason. He's already beat him.
Just for that title. That's
Supposedly Woods is better now. I don't buy it, but they say it. And
maybe in April.
He also said he'd be interested in a Chad Dawson fight.
Yes, and I think that's a bad style matchup for Jones.
Style, age,
yep.
speed.
Yep, the Dawson's constantly throwing also. He lets his hands go.
Jones had trouble with Antonio Tarver as a southpaw.
Yep. Dawson's younger, faster, and just throws more, period.
Could be stronger.
Yeah, could be. Well, I don't know.
Since he would actually be hitting like more accurate with more speed. Speed can produce more power. So I don't know. I agree though. I don't think that's a good matchup for Jones right now. Yeah. That's not a fight he needs. That's not a fight you really want.
It's not going to really do much for him anyway. I mean, it's just a young, up-and-coming fighter. He is a champion, but still, just he's not very known or anything, so won't really do much for him.
Yeah, I mean...
And right now, I would pick Dawson to beat Tarver, actually, if they were to fight.
Right now, I would not be a bit surprised, and I would have to tend to agree with that.
Yeah. He's really good.
He's really bad.
Yep.
He's a bad man.
Bad Chad.
Bad Chad Dawson. Watch out for him.